Hey everybody, welcome back to Here Pal Here. My name is Pal. In this video I'm going to be telling you guys about how I've learned how to use all fingers when playing guitar, including the thumbs and on the left hand as well, on the fretting hand. So yeah, I think some of these are probably going to be a bit more exciting and interesting. Some of them might be obvious to you. If they are, let me know what you did to learn these. Some of these took me quite a while to get the hang of, so I think this might be helpful for others. So first and foremost, I guess the most obvious thing is the 4 fretting fingers. That actually kind of came relatively easy for me. I mean, I originally kind of did a lot of the typical exercises where you just kind of practice picking through like every fret like that, up and down, and forwards, backwards, etc. And I think one of the best things to also learn was kind of big stretches, so that you kind of needed to use your pinky. So if you wanted to get more than 4 frets away, it would be like really challenging to do that with just the ring finger. So I think that's kind of an easy thing. Also learning certain chords. I'm not saying that maybe it's not impossible, but it's certainly a lot easier if you can use your pinky. So I think just learning certain chord shapes, it just makes it easier if you have the pinky in there as well. So that wasn't that challenging, but for me the thumb on the left hand was definitely very difficult. And I think at various times I had tried doing certain things that I always just kind of fell back to just being able to move my first finger either in a bar chord situation or something like that, and I just never ended up really kind of learning how to do it. So I actually had watched a Andy Timmons video. It was like a blues lesson, and there was a kind of like a shuffle thing that he was doing, and it just really like proved impossible for me to do it without using the thumb wrapped around the top. And I think that was actually really good. So I think like if anybody's having struggles with that like I was, just pick something that you simply cannot play without it, and then it'll kind of force you into doing it. So it's like painting yourself in a corner in a way. The other thing that I've been recently getting into is playing a lot of kind of like gypsy jazz and learning some things like that. And there's a great channel by a guy called Sven Jungbeck, and he has awesome videos. I've learned a lot from him recently, and one of the things I was kind of messing with was learning this kind of a chord shape, where you have your thumb playing the root note, you have your middle finger playing the 5th and the octave there. So you're actually using that finger to hold down 2 notes. Then you're using your first finger to hold down the 3rd of the chord, which is the G string there. And then you're using the ring finger kind of across the B and the E strings. So you're playing every string. And this shape would be really difficult to do if it were not for that thumb. So I think just learning some chords that kind of require it was really, really important, and I've been getting more and more comfortable with it, and it's been getting kind of good to play these kind of chords and just really get it under my fingers. So I think that's been really cool. I'll probably put links to all the videos that I personally use to kind of get the hang of these various techniques, so you can check them out and kind of work along them. This video is not really meant as a tutorial per se. It's more just like here's what I did to learn this stuff, and then you can go and work on it yourself if you're having trouble with these things. The next thing I guess I wanted to talk a little bit about was finger picking in general. So it was actually kind of early on in my career playing my guitar playing days that I did kind of start messing around with some finger picking things. I felt like I was able to do certain things that I couldn't do with the pick, but I was never really quite comfortable enough to ditch the pick altogether and only play fingerstyle. And certain things I think just sound better with the pick, especially in like rock music, and I was really into like heavy kind of stuff at that time. I just thought, I need the pick. So lately I've been getting into hybrid picking, where you use the pick and your fingers. And even a while back, I had learned some things that were kind of like in this country style chicken picking kind of thing. And that was actually pretty cool and helpful. But lately I've been trying to go back and revisit some of the finger picking things that I did, where I did it exclusively with my fingers, and learn how to do it with the the pick and the fingers together, so that I don't have to have that awkward thing of either ditching the pick or hiding it. Like some people will put it in between their fingers, or put it, you know, like that, and do it like Chris Buck plays like that, and a bunch of other people will do various things of like putting it between their pinky, and then they use these fingers. I don't know. It's like, I just find it more comfortable for me to now have it there in the regular picking position and just be able to use the fingers of the hand for doing that. I had kind of messed around a while back with learning some banjo rolls, and I originally learned them without a pick, just finger style, and then eventually I kind of forced myself to learn it with the middle and third fingers and be able to do that. And then lately I've been kind of trying to do some other things, and I came across a really interesting Jim Campolongo video where he was kind of showing some stuff that was similar. And that was really cool. And then that really kind of got me messing around with some more chicken picking stuff. I've been watching a bunch of different videos on chicken picking, and then I got into some kind of rockabilly patterns. And there's a really great video by the channel called Anyone Can Play Guitar. This guy Adrian does those videos, and that is one of my favorite channels right now. I've just been learning so much from him, and has great videos about rockabilly rhythms and kind of doing this hybrid picking stuff, and that's been really helpful. So I would definitely recommend that one. And learning how to do a few of those kinds of things, messing around with some basic chord progressions that I've been practicing lately, and just trying to solo over. It's been kind of cool to messing with those as well. So once I got that kind of thing going pretty well, I mean, that was several weeks of practice to be able to get those kinds of things happening. But once I had that going pretty well, I actually had a little bit of a thing where I've been working outside a lot, and I have really dry skin, so I had a bunch of fingers kind of split open at the end from the cold, and I wasn't able to really play that way, and I wanted to keep practicing my chicken picking stuff and these rockabilly patterns and stuff, and I just simply couldn't play with my middle finger. It was too painful. And so one day I was just kind of sitting around, and I just started realizing that I could replace the middle and ring with the ring and the pinky of the right hand. So I kind of just went through and re-practiced almost all of the things that I did with the middle and ring of the right hand when I was doing my hybrid picking stuff, and I realized that I could actually do pretty much all of it, the banjo rolls and all these kinds of things, with the ring and the pinky instead. And then what I've realized now is that it's actually been a really advantageous thing to be able to use the pinky as well, because some of the things that I've been getting into playing, it's actually even easier, I find, to use the pinky on some of the higher strings. Like if I'm working down in the bottom strings with the pick, and then going to hybrid pick, you know, one of the higher notes, it's actually easier to do it with my pinky than it has been to do it with like the middle or the ring. It's like too big of a stretch. So I think it's actually been pretty cool, and now I find that it just feels really natural. I can just do it with either finger, and sometimes I use the pinky without even kind of thinking about it, and it just feels as good as using the you know, say the ring finger or the middle finger. Probably the middle finger is the easiest though, because that's the one I learned first, and probably have more control over it, and it's stronger. But yeah, it's just been pretty cool. And yeah, I think if this has been helpful to you, let me know. Hopefully it has. And if there's anything that you've used to work on, certain things that got me interested in using kind of hybrid picking were things like the song by Black Sabbath, Wicked World. I remember learning that as a college student, and that was the first time I ever really kind of did the hybrid picking thing. There's just a really cool part, like in the solo, where Tony Iommi's doing kind of like picking the low notes and then probably hybrid picking the high note. So I just remember that part being so cool to me. I really liked it, and that was a fun thing to learn. So I think just if you're interested in this kind of stuff, pick a song, pick a lick, something that you actually want to learn and get excited about, and then just kind of put in the time. And that's pretty much it for the video. So if you guys liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Hope to see you in another video soon. And like I say, if you have any songs in particular that were helpful to you when you were learning a certain one of these techniques, I'd love to hear about it. Let me know in the comments what kind of licks or kind of songs inspired you to learn how to do hybrid picking or some kind of finger picking patterns, things like that. And yeah, I think just using the thumb of the left hand as well, I think that was a tricky one for me, and I think maybe for other people as well. So yeah, that's it. See you in another very soon. Thanks everybody. Bye.